It's almost the end of year 2024, and in today's episode, I thought that instead of a book review, I'd talk to you about three interesting things. One, my top three book recommendations from my reading list this year, including a book that I haven't reviewed so far, and a surprise video related to one of the books. Two, a heads up on the special series that I've planned for the beginning of the new year. And three, a guess what I'm reading puzzle for you to solve. Let's switch on the reading lamp. Hello, I'm Asavari, and on this channel, The Reading Lamp, I review books and talk about reading in general. Shall we see what today's episode is about? Let's begin with part 1 of this episode, my top 3 book recommendations from my reading list this year. You know which books I've been reading and I've liked since the months of July this year. Of course, I've been reading before that too, so there are a few books that I've read but not included in my reviews. There is one such book on this list of recommendations. The list is not in any particular order. Book number 1, There Are Rivers in the Sky by Elif Shafak. This is an epic novel about three seemingly unrelated, unconnected characters living in different times by the shores of two different rivers. The plot spans centuries, continents, and cultures in a fusion of modern and contemporary history, mythology, and science. In the end, the stories all come together in a climax that will take your breath away. You can find a link to the detailed review of this book up there and in the description below this video. Let me also tell you about the surprise video that I mentioned earlier. One of my friends, who is part of a book club, asked me if I would do a review in Marathi for her book club of the same book. Marathi is my mother tongue, and I jumped at the opportunity to try something new. So, the Marathi version of my book review of There Are Rivers in the Sky is now up and running, and you can find a link to that episode up there. If you are a Marathi speaker, do check it out and let me know what you think in the comments below that video, and tell me if you would like to see more such videos. Now, book number 2. I Came Upon a Lighthouse by Shantanu Naidu. This is a book that tells the story of an unlikely friendship between its author Shantanu Naidu and India's most beloved industrialist, Mr. Ratan Tata. It gives a warm, light-hearted look at a different, non-public side of the great man. It's a short, sweet book full of personal anecdotes, which are made even more interesting by the beautiful illustrations by artist Sanjana Desai. Of course, this book was published in 2022, but I read it this year. The link to the episode with a detailed review of this book is also up there now and in the description below this video. Book number 3. It is the book that I have not reviewed on the reading lamp, but it's a book that I would recommend that you read. The book is An Uncommon Love, The Early Life of Sudha and Narayan Murthy by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. This is the first non-fiction book written by this author, but she brings her usual flair to this interesting real-life love story. The book tells the stories of these two iconic personalities, both as individuals and as a couple. It includes glimpses of their childhood, their formative years, and their courtship to the founding years of Infosys, stories from their marriage to parenthood. It's a story that is both emotional and aspirational. It's a story about the early years of Infosys and Indian business before liberalization. And it's a story about the sacrifices it takes to forge a powerful and lasting marriage. Every aspiring entrepreneur should read this book. Every individual should read this book. And let me tell you, after I read the book, I thought that it should be made mandatory reading for all young couples planning to get married. It is a real life guide to how two people can support and encourage each other to reach for their dreams as individuals and as a cohesive unit of life partners. The links to buy all three books on Amazon are posted in the first pinned comment and in the description below the video. Now we come to part 2 of this episode, the special series that is coming up in the new year. Do you remember that I asked a question when I was reviewing the book The Mewad Conspiracy? The link to that review is up there and in the description if you missed that episode and would like to watch it. Now, my question was, would you like me to review more books based on freedom fighters and iconic patriots that we should ideally know more about, but unfortunately don't? And it looks like a lot of you think that I should do so. So, considering that we will be celebrating our 76th Republic Day in January 2025, I thought we should celebrate the month with a series of reviews of books about iconic patriots. So, make sure to catch up with every single episode of The Reading Lamp every Friday in January. Now, for the final and third part of this episode, the puzzle. As you watch this episode, I'm off somewhere in the wilderness exploring a place that is famous for tigers. And I have brought with me a book written by a famous author that has this place as the location where the story unfolds. I'm hoping to shoot a few visuals that I can share with you when I review this book. Here's a clue. This place is not Tadoba Tiger Reserve and there is a lot of water here. Can you guess which place I'm visiting and which author or book I'm talking about? Do post your answer to this puzzle in the comments and I will answer that question in the new year. I wish you a very happy new year in advance. I wish the upcoming year gives you plenty of opportunities to sit back and relax and catch up on all the books that you have been meaning to read. If you liked this episode, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell icon so you never miss an episode. And please share with your friends and family. The more, the merrier. This is Asavari signing off for now. And until the next time when we meet in the new year, have fun under the reading lamp. Switch on, read on.